I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. Hey, y'all, come on in. We're glad to see you.
We have a brand new soap launching tomorrow from First Line Shave.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, we're so glad to see you. Come on in if you happen to be here during the live premieres. There's the Whiff Pack hanging out. There's some impromptu giveaways. Come on in and join us if you happen to be around.
And for our mention today, we got a special gift that came from Josue that he picked out just for us.
Yeah, from West Coast Shaving. Josue lives in New Jersey. This is the Cola Brush. And not only do I love that it's cola, because my entire room was done in Coca-Cola for 10 years growing up.
True.
But y'all, this is the smallest brush I have, and I love it. I have a 24 millimeter from Sterling. This guy's a 22. And what I love is that you can kind of use it as a calligraphy pen in the bowl. It's much more specific. And it was a little bit longer to lather my face with it, but I felt like I could really kind of control it. If I have too big a knot, it's like, you're done. It's like, oh, okay. This way I can kind of get around every
all
little
those
hair
little
and
hair.
things.
Yeah.
I might add 10 minutes to doing your legs, but
Yeah,
it's
legs a
a
little
great brush. Thank you, Josue. I love this. And
Yeah,
this is
you'll
what
see
looks
it when we lather later today. You'll get to see it in action.
100%. And I am so excited about our soap today because it is an homage to one of my all-time favorite musicians, a poet laureate of the United States, and a Nobel Peace Prize winner.
you know
Ladies
that?
and gentlemen, let's meet the soap. All right, y'all. So from the sales page at First Line Shave, coming tomorrow, Visions of Dylan. This release is a tribute to one of my favorite artists and arguably the greatest songwriter of all time.
During his early years in Greenwich Village, Dylan became a pivotal part of the vibrant music scene, where his poetic storytelling and innovative sound began to take shape. This era was crucial in defining his career, as he captured the spirit of the times through his music. With a career spanning over 6 decades, Dylan's contributions have solidified his status as a true legend and enduring icon in the music industry. This is why I felt it fitting to choose the inspired fragrance of Greenwich Village by Bond Number 9. This scent is such a crowd pleaser, and I truly can't get enough of it.
Now, I have heard the words Bond Number 9 sort of bandied about in the fragrance world, but I think this might be our very first one.
Yeah, I don't think we've read that on any
like kind
sales
of up there
page
with
yet.
Tom Ford and stuff like that. That's where I've heard of these folks. I'm kind of excited to get my nose on
And
this
if it's
one.
inspired by Dylan, that's kind of great.
Right.
I don't know what I would expect to smell, but I'm kind of excited.
When he first started writing music, y'all, he landed in New York City. Before the Gotta Serve Something days, it was all folk. And I am excited to experience this one, y'all. Let's take him out of the box! All right, y'all, we have not opened this yet. This is how it came directly from First Line Shave.
Thank you for sneaking this out to us. I don't know how many people have gotten their noses on this, but Michael Riley, or I think everyone just calls you Riley, he knew that we should have this because we love music, and he thought of us immediately. That's so nice.
Buddy, for believing in our little show, we couldn't be more grateful. Let's see what's in there. Let's see.
Brand new release.
I know.
Okay.
I only saw the label like sideways. I don't think I've seen it like.
We're about to see it for real,
I know,
dudes.
I'm excited.
Let's see. Okay. Oh. Let's see. This was snuck in.
Right.
Oh, sorry, Lenny. And
Yo! Favorite thing on the show, we got a sticker. Look at that. Oh, I love it.
That is so cool. Look at that.
Y'all, you show that to anybody in the music world from the North Pole to Antarctica, and they're going to say, what, Dylan? Is that Dylan? Of course it's Dylan. Cigarette hanging out of the mouth. Wow. Of course, look at the hair.
I cannot wait to get our noses on this. I have no idea. I mean, it's an homage to a cologne, so I can maybe a little cologne-y, but I don't know. That could be anything.
So running out of room for stickers on our cabinets, but I don't care.
room.
I will peel some off. This is amazing.
It's happening.
This is gorgeous. The answer is blowing in the wind. Let's have our first impression.
Laney, you're a witness.
This is real. We didn't practice.
We don't know who's in
Okay,
this
so we
person.
know who's gonna win. Get ready? I usually do rock.
He does.
I won't now. Right?
Right?
Right? Okay, here we go. Right? Yeah. Rock wins again.
Okay,
All right,
let's
here we
see
go.
what Visions of Dylan brings
I'm
into
not
a
waiting.
whiff.
I wanna know what
No,
this
go
is
for
like.
it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love it when the pour looks like my ceiling growing up, that popcorn. Okay, here we go.
No more stalling. Get your nose in there. Woohoo!
Wow, y'all.
There's some depth here.
Y'all.
Please hold.
Whoa, this is the best of two worlds coming together.
Okay.
This is beautifully. Now, a beautiful, masculine, dapper floral is about 45%.
All right.
And then these beautiful herbs and spices are coming together on the other side.
Okay.
Whoa, okay, but hold on.
Yeah, we did not look at any scent notes here. We're just diving in blind.
Y'all, okay, if a cologne could have... You know how much you love the smell of cotton candy? Let's be honest. Blue raspberry slushies from Kmart when you were growing up. Those beautiful sort of Mr. Bubble bath, the powder kind
scents,
that stung. Those had the most beautiful, beguiling, comforting, sort of natural, sort of fruity, sort of perfumey ness to them.
Okay.
That just brought a comforting vibe because it was when you were little and you're jumping above
Those
that.
were the good smells.
Y'all,
Yeah.
hold on. This, for me, about 60-70% are those beautiful childhood memories of cotton candy and blue raspberry slushies. Things that were colors that you shouldn't have put in your body. Those. And then topped off with a little wisp of a Mr. Bubble bath that I'm still looking to find. Maybe a tiny hint of a bazooka bubblegum wrapper. Y'all,
so something a little sweeter.
It's those. It's childhood. And then at the end, it has this way of like zooming out and then adding a little bit more, well, I guess growing up just enough.
Okay.
So I know some people who've grown up too much. Dylan did not. He still writes miracles, y'all. And I love that Dylan goes through phases. You had his folk phase, going into his rock phase, going into his gospel phase, going into his country phase. Like, y'all, this is about growing up, but it never loses sight of those beautiful vibes of childhood and all of those beloved scents that you grew up with. Those are in here. And I love this. Hold on. I need one more before I say goodbye to him. Hold on. It's a perfect Bob Dylan soap. It's a perfect Bob Dylan soap. All right, here you go.
Okay.
Take this in. I want to see if you agree.
It's funny because we have done some other ones that were inspired by other like famous people a little bit, or hints at what they wore.
Right.
So it's kind of
Miles
intriguing.
Davis. Right.
Right. And so it's fun to kind of get to know like behind the artist.
Right.
The other artist that creates scents to go with them is very cool journey.
I forget
don't know.
the artist and I was bugging, but I was like, you should do a Seinfeld series, like one soap for each of the 4 characters.
Oh, everyone gets a whiff.
That idea, I think, so far is available to steal if y'all
Have
would like
at
to
it.
do that to me. All right, take
All right,
it in. I'm
let's see.
excited for you to know this.
Me too.
Here we go.
Okay. Wow, we don't have anything in our den that's like this.
Nope.
I have to say.
Now, why did I think it was floral and then it went bubble bath and raspberry and these wonderful cotton
That's funny
candy
because
things?
I got more like a citrus,
Oh,
but if it could be a wood.
it
Oh,
would
no.
be. It would be a wood. if
It would be a citrus,
a wood,
yeah.
a citrus.
It's like there's like a calming feeling for me. You got like nostalgic childhood, and I'm
did.
getting like my innards just like almost like when you put a record on,
Right.
you know, a real record that you have to start from the beginning and you
Yeah.
play it all the way through and you're just gonna sit there and listen. It's a very different vibe than just
Yeah.
throwing on playlists that people have on Spotify
Right.
now, you know?
Yeah, y'all, Rick Beato just dropped a fantastic
Right.
video about why
YouTube.
music is too easy to get. When you had to save up for a Dylan record and you
Mm-hmm.
had to go down to Tower Records and give that guy money and that guy gave you that record and you had to unwrap it, take it home, put it on your phonograph, and then sit back and sort of create a vibe for yourself. Take it in, right?
Or have your friends come over to all
So
listen. You know,
different.
it was just
Right.
a different energy.
It's like spending a whole half an hour reviewing a shaving soap.
If I hadn't even known that Dylan was on the front,
I know.
there is something calming. There's something of like just that escaping into that artist side of life that's coming through.
Something musical.
I yes, but
me.
like I don't know how. I mean,
Now-
I get it, but
The big question. Do you get how I would get cotton candy blue raspberry bubble bath in that?
I can see how. But I also don't get that first at all for me,
what
which
do you
is
get
funny.
first?
I really thought from what you were saying, I was going to dive into that lane too. But I'm getting more like the dry, cleaner side.
Oh,
and then
right.
the colors that I'm getting, like you got more of the blue raspberry stuff. I'm getting more like a light green and a yellow.
Oh.
I have no idea why.
Yeah, I got your pinks and blues from the 80s, I think. And Greenwich Village, y'all. Everything good came out of Greenwich Village, from Dylan to the musical Rent, y'all. It was all about that time and that place and where those people were and how they were doing it. And
maybe that's
how
where
they
I'm
were all
going.
living together.
Yeah,
right.
I
Just
don't
such
know.
a cool vibe about learning how to be yourself if you were going to live in Greenwich Village. Like, that's all they really required of you.
That's what I'm getting from this. There is a very different scent for me coming here. It's not something that I feel like we've smelled so far, which is super fun, but it has its own identity. Like how an artist has like their thumbprint in music. There's something different about this scent that I don't get in like a bunch of other we've smelled so far.
And there is a softness to this and a bit of a smartness to
There
this
is!
that is a little bit unmatched for me in all of our first line shaving collections. Y'all, this is the missing piece. I love adding this to our shelf of first line.
I think what you're getting, I'm getting at the middle of my whiff. I think something at the beginning, I'm getting more of that bright, fresh, like new view on life kind of thing. Ooh. And then it goes more of like I don't want to say powder, but I think because you were saying the soap, I know that you used was a powdery kind of thing, that there's a soapy finish, but it's clean. It's a little powdery clean. Not barbershop powder.
Right.
Not that powder, but like, you know, back in the day, in the bathrooms, at least at our old high school, you'd put your hand and the powder would come out.
Oh,
it's a soap.
Brasso.
Right.
It was made of borax.
Yeah, and it's that kind of a clean powder. It's not baby powder. It's a different powder.
Right.
Just to clarify.
Here, kids, wash your hands with rocks that smell bad.
It's well for the beginning now. Like, mend the middle and see where it takes you. Because that journey was different for me.
And maybe like 20% of that one beautiful perfume, blue sugar. Remember?
Interesting.
See if you get that in there just a little bit.
Okay, let me see. At the very end, I can see that. But it's funny, where the other times that we've smelt little homages to that, they go crazy sweet for me. This one is still crazy clean.
This one goes citrus.
Yeah.
So this one uses the citrus instead of like a sugar.
Right.
We have
Are we helping you? I have no idea.
We have now figured this out. Well, why don't we go check on the scent notes?
Okay. Well, this is why we could not guess.
This is why we got such different things, and somehow I think we're both right. Okay, so this starts with top notes of something I'm not even entirely sure how to pronounce.
Lychee?
Lychee. And then another thing I'm not entirely sure.
We're going to learn a lot today.
Casio.
Cassis?
A Casio.
Cassis.
And then, thank God, something we know. Mandarin orange is here.
But it's a gentle citrus. That is not like an in-your-face citrus.
And the more we do this show, the more I'm a little bit fascinated how they choose. What are the top, what are the middle, and what are the bottom? And I think I thought at first it was the order in which they sort of wash over you.
Right.
But I think it's more like kind of sensing it as you would like recall a story. These are the ones from the beginning. These are the ones that make up the plot. These are the ones that give you your conclusion.
But we also come to the consensus that sometimes something from the top and mids combined and create like another mid-tier in between those. So I know these may be their intention, but sometimes switching from the soap to the splash, we get different flip-flops of all of these.
They're not locked in. It's not like the match game.
These are just a suggestion.
Move around.
Okay.
So going on to the middle notes, we've got
water lily. Have we ever had that?
Nope.
Water lily.
And I love the video of that one guy that thinks that water lilies are like solid and he goes to walk across the pond on them and he goes straight down. That's always fun. Oh, and then for my mama, the peony is here. Love it. And then finally,
jasmine. But again, very secretive.
Yes.
Different types of masculine florals.
Yep. And those are what is sweetening this up. And right to the line where you'd want
like
a
gentle
beautiful
sweet.
Masculine sweet. Right? Like Dylan was.
Totally.
And then
all right, base notes and Broxin.
Broxin.
We don't always have that one either. Oh, and this one.
I've only seen this one other time. And
I don't even remember.
Oh, no, twice.
Maybe
and I remember
Christmas?
it was in the Big Top by Ariana and Evans. Praline.
Just, that's the listing.
Welcome to Nolans, y'all. And then a little bit of musk.
There we go.
And then just to sort of barbershop this up a little bit.
Some vanilla and oak moss. There was a little green, so maybe that was the green I was getting.
You're getting to be more and more a fan of oak moss as our months wear merrily forward.
True. Maybe I just didn't realize that it's like a different key for me into the scent somehow.
Well, I'm excited right now because not only do we get to use this new brush, but we
yeah.
get to break this bad boy open in the lather and see if Dylan's got any surprises.
I am thoroughly intrigued.
In here, I am too.
And the label on this, I still can't get over.
Gorgeous.
This is a younger kind of clip of him.
Right.
And I feel like this scent is that.
Yeah. And I love how it's like a lithograph. It's not like AI covered in flowers. You know?
No.
Oh, love
but
that.
it kind of has that smoky thing because we just watched a few interviews and every single one he's lighting up a cigarette. Like it is part of his image, you know? know?
Y'all, if Richard Simmons dies before Keith Richards, I'm starting to doubt everything I know about
Yeah,
health
it's been a little sketchy this last week, I gotta say.
This is my KUN copper ore bowl and my cola brush. They are a match made in heaven.
They
Here we go.
are.
Let's see what happens.
And the blue in that we had to use because of the blue on the Dylan cover.
Y'all,
so it was a good little fit here.
I'm already getting it. Are you
Are
getting
you?
it? Are you getting it?
Wow.
I don't even have to lean over.
We do not have anything like this in our den.
This is
we don't. We really don't. You'd think after more than 300 soaps,
Right.
some would start to smell a little close to each other.
And you know,
No.
this is a beautiful analogy for Dylan's lyrics because they're not complicated. But
True.
they are. They're freaking haunting. They're very simple language, but they go so deep. I think that's why he won the Peace Prize. How many deaths will it take till he knows that too many people have died? It's like that's the most simple sentence in the world, but it still haunts me to my core.
And they're always very thought provoking.
Right.
Like just they're said simply, but you have to step back and listen to what's being said.
And they take good care of you, much like this leather. Y'all, look at the
Immediately.
head on this cola. It's looking like a Heineken. Are you serious?
That
is
was only like 30 seconds.
gorgeous. No, actually, no, it's looking like a Guinness with the nitrate bubbles. That's what it's looking like, the tiny bubble. Tiny bubbles. Wow. Okay,
Oh, I'm
wait, you gotta
getting
try
whiffs.
this brush. It is super fun.
Oh, it has a fun backbone.
I know. It really does.
Oh.
It really does. There's some splay to this
We
sucker.
don't have many with the longer handles
No,
either.
I like that
and
too.
My hands are little, so the little grippage thing is kind of fun to have. This is a fun little add
telling
to
you.
our brushes. We did not have one like this, Josue. Thank you.
I am more and more excited about the sticker every time.
That's what I meant by the image. Like, it really does have that deep artistry connected
Right,
to it.
right.
Like us as artists, like I know mine's more the dance sides and yours more the other music side, but you can appreciate a deep kind of artist vibe coming through
I mean,
immediately.
Is there an extra level of excitement when there's a soap that's like related to one of your other hobbies? You know what I mean?
They start to interlace a little bit.
How come so many of you love fountain pens? We need to get our first one.
Right.
But I've noticed a correlation.
Where
Could you
should we start?
Let
Can
us
you
know
tell
in
us?
the comments where to start. I Will from
Maybe you
Barrister and Man
can- right.
has strong feelings.
But
about
I'm
such
sure
things.
Dylan would have written some lyrics with a fountain pen at some
Maybe.
point, you know?
Or cigarette ash or lipstick or anything.
Whatever was around. Yeah, look at this lather. Holy moly.
All right, y'all. This is the I Know I Haven't Made My Mind Up Yet with.
Okay.
And 1, 2. I don't know how that's
It
going to
came
improve
alive
on this.
here.
Ready?
It
Oh.
did. It very much did.
That's different.
That woke up a whole... Okay, I feel like instead of 3 tiers, I'm getting 2, but it's like in between the top and bottom, all the magic is in the middle.
And everything from that is in this, plus those gorgeous florals I was getting at the very beginning are now like
Throughout.
there and like on your lapel. This
It is.
beautiful.
And I got less of that sweeter kind of side that you were getting. And now this is much more like a vibe. Like
This-
this
right.
is, this
Yes.
is, you are in his presence.
We should put
somehow.
on a Dylan record.
I feel like we should. We have a whole box. Let's go get them out.
So we realized when we watched the Cross-Eyed Texan, y'all, we find it very valuable to watch how he lathers the face. It tells us a lot about the base, tells us a lot about how it covers. I know there are other variables, of course, but he's an expert, as are many of you. We watch a lot of shaving shows on YouTube. So we thought it'd be beneficial if you saw how this actually covers the face, this lather. So, y'all, here we go on 3, 1.
Oh, the new brush too. Ooh, that is a thickness. There's a slick thickness.
You ever seen 3 coats on the first pass of the brush? That's what this is going to give you.
That is a happy lather, my friends.
And I can feel the bristles through it just perfect as they're going around the little hairs. And then it's just there to cushion and pillow the rest of the time.
But
Y'all.
this has a nice thick slickness, like
Telling ya.
consistently. Okay, so time of day, I'm getting more like mid-afternoon.
Are you? Okay, good. Well, at least the sun is still up for both
It
of us.
is. It's
That's good
definitely
to
up.
know. Yeah, this would definitely be a friend to you into the night.
Oh, it totally would.
But I think to bring this out after the noon
I
hour would be a
just
shame.
picture like he just had his fresh cup of coffee, but you know, usually musicians are up way too late, so
Right.
their morning is actually afternoon.
And you know what? I love how deep this doesn't go. And to talk about that, we're going to have to go a little deeper. Spicy wise, this stays completely above the equator.
Yep.
And I love that. I'm not even sure how they're doing that. But y'all, this stays light and bright and beautiful. This doesn't go patchouli. This
No.
doesn't go tobacco.
And it's fun because I don't think there's a lane that I can throw this in at all. Like, if you're someone that
yeah.
you're like, I like the Bay Rums, I like the Clone Homages,
Right.
this is its own thing.
Yes,
I don't think there is
it's
a
not
lane.
enough cotton candy to go
No.
over there with those gourmands. It's not floral enough to go with prairie blooms kind of thing.
Yeah.
Y'all, and the balance is spectacular. Usually when there's this sort of a diversity in the set notes, you're going to get some little quirky corners. But y'all, this is like blowing in the wind. As soon as he wrote that, it just came out of the ground unharmed. This.
I feel
beautiful.
like it really is, if you think of most of the music by Dylan, most of it is really eye-opening.
And it's got to survive the test of time, because when he started going rock, the folk people were really pissed.
Right. But there's something in this that I feel like the people that enjoy his music would thoroughly enjoy getting to know him through this smell.
Right. Yes, I love that. Well, but because it does stay optimistic.
It does.
And I think that's why there's a famous clip, we probably rewound it like 8 times preparing for this episode, where he's sort of defending himself to an angry crowd.
Yeah.
And he's saying, look, these are all protest songs. Relax, calm down.
Right. Like, why are we getting so stressed out?
But I thought that was kind of funny. Like, the mob was about to come at him because he wasn't doing protest songs. It was a wild time, y'all.
It was, but I feel like that's why this sent to me. Like, I can't really pick a time.
Right.
There's something of like his persona that's coming through, like that idea of his intention behind his whole career.
The optimism is here. When he wrote a protest song, it was because he believed we could fix it, not because he was just telling us how bad it was. And you know what? That's what we need right now. We need
really
more Dylan right now to tell us, the things that are awful, they are going to get better. And it's music like this that's going to help. And they always do.
There's just an interesting depth to this scent. And I don't mean like it gets dark.
Right.
I think it really does take you on like a little journey if you really sit with this smell.
Right.
Almost like sitting with a record, like what we said. Like in the scent it
so
comes
glad
out.
you're here. Right. Because normally if it's a darker scent, I can really take some time to descend. But generally with the lighter scents, I get them all at once and I don't really have to ascend like Mary Poppins at the end to go find it. But this, I'm only
Just
about
grooving.
40% done really finding this.
I'm with you. And the more time, like, it makes you want to spend time with it.
Yeah.
Like, we're really going to want to get the splash and probably eat a pee or something, I gotta say. 'Cause
And
there's
y'all,
a fun side to this.
Look at my face. My psychic ability is very specific. It's not for anything cool or interesting. It's nothing that can make us money or help people out. But I do know when a shaving soap is going to cause shockwaves. Like, I can generally tell how fast the first round is going to be sold out. And if it's not already, I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. Because this is going to be one of those.
Actually, look at the label, those shockwaves.
I know.
It's
I
definitely, you see, they're being predicted now.
It's an audio waveform.
It is.
I mean, come on.
When sound takes you on a journey, like you want to sit and enjoy the music, there's something in the scent that people are going to be thoroughly surprised by.
So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just basically be the poet laureate of the world. And when they go to offer you your so deserved Nobel Peace Prize, you're going to be such a normal human being that you're going to say no for a long time until a bunch of people convince you, dude, if you're not worthy of it, who is? And Bob Dylan finally got his own. So head over to firstlineshave.com to find this and a ton of other cool stuff. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with Visions of Dylan. Y'all, we don't review the sort of hard pucks that are single scent note, that don't have anything distinguishing on a very generic box, that don't have scent notes, that don't have a description, because for us, that's all part of it. That's all part of what makes it an artisan shave soap, is that level of imagination on the sales page, that level of imagination to design the label, and that level of imagination to combine them with scent notes in a soap that somehow beautifully gives you the movie that this poster advertises. And for this soap, y'all, that's why my psychic thing went off. This is that slot machine. Bing, bing, bing. This is going to be sold out in a week. I betcha. I'll eat my hat. It's okay. It's an edible hat. But y'all, and the lather, I need to go back to First Line more often, because now that I've been in this for a while and I'm getting to know these different bases, there is something special to this one, y'all, and what it lets your razor do, how it feels while it's doing it, and how you feel when you're done. Thank you, First Line Shave. This is extraordinary. Wow, normally this is so good. I put it down for messages, but I can't.
You can't do it. So, welcome to Messages.
Hey, y'all. So this month we are giving away a $20 gift card to Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements in celebration of some of the awesome scents that they released during the summer. To be eligible, all you have to do is send an email here to WeSentYou@theBarbershopDuet.com so we can get back to you. It is the only way we communicate about our videos. And then check back here on August 3rd when we draw our name on the show, and you can see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck! Marcus is going to go put the record on and just sit and whiff. That's where the rest of the day is going to be
My
going.
parents were children of the 60s. Y'all, this speaks to me in just brand new ways, and I am loving this.
And it is kind of funny, like, I didn't realize how many songs that I did know.
He even went through a list of covers, right? It's like 1 million people covered that song. I had no idea Dylan wrote it.
I had no idea. And just seeing all the different record album covers going by, like, that is a serious imprint in the music culture.
And the
for those
dude
years.
never picked a lane. Like, he did country 1 minute,
Why
he did
not?
gospel the next, he did rock the next, folk the next, and all of it.
But it
equally
worked.
good.
I mean, you know, why stick in an only lane when you could hit all the lanes?
And wrote all of it. Wrote all of it. How many people do we have left who write all of their own
And
stuff?
they all were different and had different messages, where some of the music now can kind of be a little more recycled or sound a little more similar. Like, he really took time to make sure those were the songs he wanted to leave in this world.
Almost like the shaving soap world draws inspiration from the golden era of folk and rock and roll, because I think it kind of does.
Just a little.
Anyway, hey, thank you for being here, and thank you, First Line, not only for sending this out for free to review, but sending it out a couple of days early so we could have it out for the whiff pack, so they'd know whether or not they want to imbibe in this.
I know. I hope people definitely get their hands on this as soon as they can, because
right.
it is going to leave a mark.
Yeah, and I think it's going to sell out real.
Yeah, get ready. Don't forget your next appointment with Barbershop Duet.
Oh, you'll smell more musical just watching this.